Yo, what is going on, guys? This is Professor Loki, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about the new patch for Smite Season 4. Now, this patch is huge. And what I mean by huge, as if you can see you can see right here, it is a lot of things, and I'm not going to go over all of them. In fact, that's not the point of this. This series is again about will it affect Loki, and that's exactly what I'm going to be going for. Only the things that actually affect Loki. Now I might miss a few things that might affect Loki, but here's the things that generally caught my attention. So if you guys want to learn about everything about the new changes, you can just check out the patch note yourself. But I'm just here to just show you guys what what will happen to Loki in season 4. So I have a notepad right here that has all the changes, and I just gotta do control find. And let us start with Aegis first. Now, this is obviously a surprising thing. Obviously, High-Res does not think Aegis is strong whatsoever, so they're adding this. They're changing the relic system in a way, so they're adding the actives like in season 1 and 2, and they're combining it with the relic in season 3. So what that means is that you still can get an active or relic or whatever you want to call it at level 1 and 12, but now you can actually upgrade those relics. So upgrading them gives costs 500 gold on all actives. It costs 500 gold to upgrade it, and it provides a bonus. So if you buy Aegis, or you don't buy it, but if you get Aegis for free at level 1, you can spend 500 gold to increase it from 160-second cooldown reduction to 130 seconds. So this is basically like late game once everyone has like as much like spare gold, or if they're ahead in snowballing, they can just spend 500 gold and they can get Aegis every 130 seconds, which is a huge factor when it comes to Loki. So this will actually allow players. Sorry if you guys can hear background noises. This microphone is very sensitive. So this can make it where people actually play more aggressive. So this is actually a beneficial thing. But also the problem is that it's 130 seconds. That's 30 seconds less. So it'll come up a little. It'll just basically come up faster, which is something that us Loki players don't want. So there's nothing else to explain. Now it's the same thing for beads as well. Same thing for beads. So now let's go to the next item that's called Hand of the Gods. Now the reason why I think that this is a more beneficial thing for Loki. So Loki might actually work a little bit better in jungle now, just a little bit, just because he doesn't need to hog around. Not hog. He doesn't need to stick around in mid lane anymore. He can now just roam around the jungle and do whatever he wants. Now he's still a really bad jungler. Obviously he has to choose between ganking potential or clear potential. Except that the reason why I think Hog is good is because if you go jungle Loki, you kind of have to go Hog to have that early pressure. Or well, not really pressure at all. You're just gonna your goal is to keep up with the enemy jungler. So this just allows you to just clear. Now that I'm actually reading it though, this is more of a bad thing for because currently right now in season 3, Hog is very good for Loki. It allows him to go invisible and steal objectives like Fire Giant and Gold Fury. It can no longer do that, so this is actually more of a nerf, sadly, but it's still good because of it just provides jungle potential for Loki. But again, do not go jungle Loki. It's not a good role for him. In this patch, even solo is not even worse now. So, however, Loki ADC might be a little better. So we'll see. We'll just continue. So that's for the Hog. Again, if you do go Loki jungle, pick up Hog. If you don't get it. Obviously, it's not good. And it also just still provides invade potential. So the next item we're going to talk about is Sundar. Now, this item is I haven't done the math, guys. I have not done the math, but it seems to be better than the current one. So this item is less of a anti Hunter, because the reason why I get Sundar, guys, is because whenever I go Loki ADC, I fight against Hunters, and Hunters rely on attack speed. So I usually get Sundar to remove that and just have a fair fight with them. But now it says here protection and attack speed debuff has been removed. So you no longer reduce 30% of their protections. You no longer get that free Times Bane early game, which sucks, or the attack speed debuff. But it now increases the damage taken by the from the target or by 30%. So this means that if you land your Sunder on anyone, everyone, including you, will deal 30% more damage to that person for 5 seconds. Now, obviously, 30% is a huge number. And it even gets better late game too. So this is definitely more of a late game item now. Early game, you're going to be dealing more damage, but late game, it's going to hurt a lot more than the old one, I think. I have not done the math again. I need to test this, but the beta, currently the PTS is not out. And when you do upgrade it, when you spend 500 gold to upgrade it, it deals no damage. That's all it does. Just increase 30% damage, that's it. But once you do upgrade it, the damage is now reapplied to Sunder, and it's even better than before. It used to be was 40 plus 40 to 14 per level, which I think in total they're 320 damage. I remember that because 100 less than 420, so I just remember that like that. Now I don't know, you guys can do the math here. I'm not going to bother doing it. And the cooldown reduction has been from 120 seconds to 100 seconds, so this is actually really good for Loki. So this is gonna be really beneficial. I recommend I'll be getting this a lot more, and I still get it every game basically, but I'm gonna be getting it a lot more now. I take this more of a less of a fun item and more of a serious item. So that's one good thing so far. Again, the hog is kind of a bad thing, but now let's go to a blue stone. Oh, that's not it. Which is another good thing. Sort of. So yeah, decreased mana from 100 to 50 sucks, but added 5 MP5, which is really good early on. So I always get Bluestone and Loki, because it's not just about, yes, Loki's 2 does not, and again, I'm sorry for the background noise. Again, so it's not about the fact that his 2 applies Bluestone or not. That's too narrow. Too closed-minded, if that makes any sense. You have to look at all of his other abilities. Only 1 out of 4 of his abilities doesn't apply to Bluestone, which is nothing. It doesn't mean that you should never get this item on that person. So his 1, 3, and his ultimate applies Bluestone effect, which is really good early on. And it also now provides 5 MP5, which is good for sustain. So you lose. It's like the Hydras or Trance. Trance provides pure mana, and then Hydras provides MP5. So I'm perfectly fine with this, because this helps me with, this adds on to Hydras, which is really good until I sell it, of course. So yeah, that's a good thing for Loki. Now let's go to the next item called Jade Emperor's Crown. Now the reason why, this is not something, the reason why I'm choosing this item, because a lot of items, like see even right here, provides physical protections. And this one, though, really bothered me. It gives 20 power. It's not a lot, but when it comes to mages, it really doesn't matter. Their scaling is really high. And it gives you 60 physical protection and 100 health. Because I remember in Season 2, when they were going to Season 3, they wanted to separate items that give you both health and defense. And it seems like they're going right back to Season 2. Now, 100 health may not be anything, but 100 health is 100 health. I'm not complaining. That's good. And it's in the aura, it says enemies within 55 units have their physical power reduced by 30. This is very detrimental to Loki. So if a warrior, this is why you should no longer. Now this is a magical item. Okay, so mages or guardians will pick up this item and just completely just destroy you. So it's just sucks. That's all I have to say about that item. Let's go to the next one, which is physical. Come on, physical penetration. There we go. Penetration got nerfed. Physical penetration got nerfed. Magical penetration got kind of a buff. There was more flat pen item available for magical, and physical, they reduced flat pen. So they decreased the cost with the mace item, but then they increased the cost of warrior bane by 50 gold. 50 gold, okay, whatever. But this one is 250 gold increase, and that's a big difference. And then that's it. they didn't like increase the gold and buff Titans. No, they just straight up just increased the gold. Now remember, all these things are they may change because this is a 2 weeks test. They're opening the PTS for 2 weeks for this, so things might change if Loki falls behind and they're gonna change something. But I highly doubt I even care about Loki. So, and here's another thing that really ticked me off. So they decreased the cost by 200. Okay, whatever. But here's the thing though. They decreased physical penetration by 5, but it increased healing from 40 to 50. Okay, good, good, I guess. But I want damage. Like I'd rather have 40% than 50% and have 20 pen. Like I don't know. This is a whole mess right here. Nerf. So you won't. There's no longer an item. There's no longer a physical item that gives you 20 pen besides voice shield. I'm pretty sure. So which sucks. So and same thing with Crusher. Crusher is completely changed. It's no longer a viable item at all for Loki. The reason being, well, it went from 20 penetration to 15, and it now provides attack speed, which is interesting. But then again, guys, Loki is not. You should not build attack speed on Loki because the longer, the more you rely on your autos, that means the longer the fight's gonna be, and it's just not gonna prove beneficial. So in 30 power, I think it decreased from 40 to 30, which sucks as well. This is for hunters, guys. It even says here, this is a hunter item now. And successfully hitting enemy gods with basic attack will subtract 1 second from your abilities. Good, but it's just 1 second, and it can only apply every 5 seconds. I mean, I just don't. That doesn't seem really relevant to me. I mean, maybe. I'm gonna try this out, guys. Definitely, I'm gonna try these items out and see if they work. But I highly doubt it works. It has low power and it has attack speed, and I don't know. I need to check it out and see how well it does in combat. So the next thing we're gonna check out now. Here's a like good or a bad thing. It may be completely useless or it might be really good. So this item is called Heartseeker. Whoa, what's this? You stay provides. Okay, that's useless. Heartseeker. They increased the cost by 300, but they added 10 physical penetration, which is good, and it also provides 10% movement speed. It's in there, just they didn't show it. Now it also says new passive. This is like what, the 4th time they changed the passive? Jesus Christ, dude, just keep the old Heartseeker with the 50 stacks. I don't know, because I need a Doom Orb version for physicals. So every successful basic attack gives you 1 stack of focus. At 5 stacks of focus, your next ability consumes the stacks and deals bonus damage equal to 100% of your physical power to the first enemy god hit. This is basically somewhat of a double aim strike, but not really. It's not double aim strike. It's just I don't know how this exactly works. Your next ability consumes the stacks and deals bonus. So it's not added to the current, it's just a bonus. Does it mean does 100% go off of the scaling of your abilities, or is it? I don't know. I honestly, this does not apply to your basic attacks. I'm pretty sure this is just ability. So if this 100% were to deal with okay, guys, listen. So aim strike is what, 220 plus 100% of your physical power at max rank. I'm pretty sure. If I don't, and then I need to like rethink my Loki life. And then it says bonus damage to 100% of your physical power. Does that mean it goes off of the result of the damage of my 3, or does it just go off of 220, like basically double aim strike? I have no idea, guys. I'm gonna test this out, so you don't need to tell me in the comments because by the time I post this video, I will already know. So there's no reason for me there's no reason to fix me or tell me anything like that. So again, this item may or may not be an item, and I'm pretty sure it's still 25 physical power. So this item may or may not be good on Loki. It's just 25 power is pretty low. 10 physical penetration is good. I mean, it's like Yon's Wrath, but 10 pen is really nothing. And this also requires you to auto attack. And again, anything that forces you to auto, that makes you more vulnerable as Loki. If it takes you less autos, then it's better because, for instance, if I have pure power and pen, then it only takes me 1 or 2 autos to kill you. But if I don't, then it takes more autos to kill you. So This item right now, I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna work. It looks really good, but again, this is just words on paper. We need to check this out in actual combat. If this does work on Loki, this will definitely help. This is this definitely would be an early game item for Loki, like more of a starter actually. So might want to actually buy this early on and then sell it later on because you can't keep Heartseeker. No, you really can't. Because late game, if you try to auto, if you try to rely on stacks, you're just gonna die. In late game, it's about kill or be killed. So it's early game to mid it'll work out, but afterwards just sell Heartseeker and just replace it with something else. So let's next item. This is not okay. So before all those, I still see people get Haste of Fatalis on Loki, and it's such a troll item. Now I want to talk about this because I want to tell you guys right now. Don't ever buy Fatalis on Loki. Stop. It just doesn't work. And so basically everything's still the same except that they decreased the attack speed from 30 to 20 and it just added 10 penetration. That's it. So just because they added 10 penetration does not mean, hey, we should buy this on Loki now, because it does not provide power and it just makes you more of an auto character. If you're going attack speed Loki, feel free to buy this, but then again, like I told you, attack speed is not reliable. So I mean, maybe it is. Maybe because Pen got nerfed, powers kind of just, I don't know. We'll see, guys. We'll see. Um, Next item is, this is actually the last item on the list. Spectral armor. There we go. Spectral armor. Now here's one of those other physical protections I need to be careful of. When people buy this, you're not gonna have a fun time. So they will have 70 physical power. My God, dude, that's a lot. They'll have 70 physical power and in blah 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 blah. But here's the passive. Anytime you receive physical damage from a god, enemies within 30 units of you become feared for 1 second. This cannot happen more than 6 seconds. This is a problem. So that means if assassins or warriors, I don't think magicals can get this, but I think either assassins or as warriors get this, that means you can no longer attack them first because you have to wait for someone else to deal damage. So you have to, rely on, hey, Hunter, can you please just, hit him once or something like that. Because if you do initiate, you'll be feared for 1 second, and that could really just mess you up. He can just kill you. Just don't. So that is a huge counter. Now let's check out. That's all for the items. Now we're just going to talk about two gods specifically. This one's a good one, so here's a good thing. Sort of. I don't know what high risk thinks when they think of guardians, but apparently guardians equals more damage. So that's what they're thinking. Like, hey, we need to make guardians deal more damage because Um, here's the bad part, right? Oh my God, dude, that's a 50 damage increase. Okay. And here's the good part. Went from 90 seconds to 110 seconds. This means, guys, you guys actually have the opportunity to kill people without having to wait or tell your teammates, hey, he's Capri's ult down. Because once he ults, you have 110 seconds to kill a person. That's actually really good. This is a good thing. So Capri counters less. He still counters you, but because it was one in his two getting damage reduction and shows you where you are because of the numbers above you, and his ultimate, of course. But it's just he is now less of a bug. See what I did there? Anyway, he's not gonna bug you anymore. Now let's go to the last one. Okay, I'm pretty sure I can just go from here. Where's Raw? Here, Raw. Here we go. Okay, now here's a bad thing. Raw is now your worst enemy. Not what your worst, but he's now one of those mages you never want to mess with. Why? Oh, his healing got decreased, and his power scaling from his healing got decreased. But let's look at this now. Now his healing, Solar Blessing, will now provide up to 30 magical and physical protections to allies inside the ability. So I'm pretty sure that also includes him. So if Raw has his heal up and he goes into it, expect to deal a lot less damage to him. Especially when Raw is going to usually build Warlocks or with even more protections. It's just stay away from Raw. Stay away from Raw. Even 10 physical protections early on is a lot because we can learn from Mark of the Vanguard. It's just such a good, it's good. Just stay away from Raw. And that's actually about it. So this is like everything. I tried to keep it short and simple, and I think I did. 20-minute video. Okay, that's not short and simple. So that's gonna be about it, guys. That is everything I think that applies to Loki. There might be some more things. I'm not talking about trivial things like, oh, let's get Blink on Loki or something like that. No, 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 no. Just this is all I can think of that can actually directly really impact Loki. So, yeah, again, Sunder is probably the best thing in this list. So Sunder is gonna be really good, and I'm gonna have some fun with this. So yeah, that's what about it, guys. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, please post it down below. And as always, I'll see you all Loki and non-Loki players next time.